Well, hi, I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. Great time yesterday at the Masonic Lodge as we had our annual hog roast. A lot of folks showed up, had some great food, bid on some great raffle items, and I am looking forward to being able to do a lot of things in the community with the money that we raised yesterday, including, it happens every spring, the Masons do a lunch for Burgers for Blue, where they feed all of the local police officers and anybody in law enforcement, and then the following week doing one again for first responders. So that's just part of what's going to happen with the money that was raised yesterday. Today on Morning Coffee, we're going to dive into something that affects every single one of us, whether you're running a business, working from home, or just scrolling on your phone, because October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we're joined by my friend Jessa Erickson from ThinkSpace IT. Jessa and her husband Jason, incredible at breaking down complicated tech issues in a way that actually makes sense. And today we're going to be talking about what to do the second you realize you've clicked on something you shouldn't have, why unplugging from the network could save your entire system, and how one small mistake online can cost thousands of dollars if you're not prepared. We're also going to talk backups, why your data should live in more than one place, and how having a plan in place before disaster strikes can make all the difference. Jessa also shares why cyber criminals target small businesses just as often as big corporations. It's all coming up today on Morning Coffee. If you need precision metal fabrication done right, look no further than Foxco Fabrication in Council Bluffs. Custom welding, large-scale manufacturing, bringing your ideas to life with expert craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology. So whether it's industrial, commercial, or custom fabrication, they're going to get the job done on time and built to last. Locally owned, proudly made right here in Council Bluffs. Foxco Fabrication, their website, foxcofab.com. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or if you're planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered with fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. Locally owned and trusted, they take pride in doing the job right the first time. So, residential or commercial, big or small, when plumbing problems strike, call Waldstein Plumbing. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com. And how's your website doing? Did you know that Just Sue Creative can help you build your business with website design, search engine optimization, content creation, marketing, everything you need to take your company to the next level? Sue has a passion for small businesses, helping them thrive in this digital world. A great starting point is go to Sue's website, justsuecreative.com. There, you're going to find a button that says free consultation. Click on it. Find a time that works in your schedule. If that time is on her calendar, that means it fits in hers as well. And then you're off and running. Again, her website, justsuecreative.com. Back with us this morning, it is Jessa Erickson, ThinkSpace IT. Good to see you. And also, well, we get to see each other once a week anyway, which is kind of fun. And then we get to sit down and do one of these interviews every so often. And I get to learn a little bit more about stuff I don't know anything about. But both you and your husband, Jason, are so good at explaining things that even a guy like me can understand. So that's why I love these conversations.
Oh, thank you.
This is, well, among other things, it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'm not sure how far back this proclamation goes, but I do know that it's just a reminder to think about things and to make sure that we're protected, because you would be the first one to say that everything's fine until it isn't. And then when it's not, it can be a big mess.
Yeah. It's funny because October is also National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, protect the girls, protect your networks.
Yeah.
It can't be said enough, quite honestly. And you're totally right. Everything's all good until it's not. And then, if you don't have a system in place, if you don't have preferably proactive measures in place, it could be bad. And we don't like to see that. That's
well,
downtime, it costs money. It's just a whole lot of unhappy.
You brought up a point this morning that it was not something that I really thought about, but that makes 100% sense. That let's say I've clicked on something and some screen pops up and I know that I have just done a bad thing. by clicking on something that I shouldn't have. Step number one. What is step number one?
Disconnect from the network, from the internet, either by unplugging your Ethernet cable. If you're not connected via wired, then disconnect, turn off your wireless, just get off the network. Main reason, because that's how they're getting to you, is over that connection there. Mm-hmm. So if you cut that tie, they can't get to you anymore. And even more so, if you're on a network, like if you're at work and you're connected to the whole network, which has all of your coworkers' computers and everything, the potential to have that spread then to those other computers is very high. So if you disconnect, you can't share.
I would think, and again, this is me being a layman and not really understanding things, but that once that has happened and once I see something that is an indication, I would think damage is done. It's already all the way in there, and I'm in trouble.
It depends on what they're doing, which method they're using. There's so many different types of cybersecurity attacks that you could be host from the get-go. It could just be the start of the process. But until we're able to get in and take a look, we don't know what's going on. It could be nothing, or it could be catastrophic. So that's why it's so important to make sure you get disconnected from the network so they can't keep doing their thing, if that's primarily how they're attacking you. Sometimes it's a matter of getting a file onto your computer and letting it run, which, yeah, even if you're disconnected, it can still run after that. But you're still attempting to minimize the damage by cutting the tie from the network. So yeah, first rule, disconnect. Second rule, give us a call. We can go in there, we can take a look at what's going on, and hopefully there's no real damage done. Worst case scenario for us would be we have to replace the machine. But if you have backups, then we can put everything right back on that new computer, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Boy, that just leads right into something I've heard you say many other times too.
Yeah.
Backup. Make sure you have your backups done.
Please, for the love of God, make sure your stuff is backed up. And not just, I see people who have backups of their stuff on their computer. Well, I'm going to tell you, that's all well and good. But if it's on your computer and somebody gets into your computer, they can hose up your backup. Mm-hmm. So redundancy, cloud backups are great. Having a backup go to an alternate source. Iowa is no stranger to severe weather. And God forbid we have a tornado come through. Minden had that horrific tornado last year. That's why it is so important to have a redundancy policy in place. So you've got a cloud backup of your data, and then you've got a backup in another town, wherever it may be, just so if something happens, you don't put all of your eggs in one basket. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I have so much of what it is that I do is on this computer that I'm on right now. And if it suddenly went away or was suddenly no longer usable, I'm with a blank Etch-a-Sketch. I don't have anything because it's all gone. Everything's in there.
And that's not a good place to be in. So do we need to have a conversation offline?
Are we having one now?
Yes.
I don't know that you can answer this question or not, but is there typically a motive that's being used by the bad guys out there coming up with these bugs and malicious whatever that's getting put in? Or is it just, like Alfred said in the Batman movie, some people just want to watch the world burn?
Yeah, that is very accurate. Some people just want to wreak havoc. They just want to watch the world burn. They just want to cause problems. There are other ulterior motives, obviously. Depending on their target, they could be seeking monetary compensation for holding your files hostage.
Oh,
Um,
like a bribe. So,
yeah,
or yeah, holding it and yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
yeah. I mean, it has ruined companies. Companies have gone under because they can't afford. These people are requesting ungodly sums of money for their data, and for small businesses, that is exceptionally difficult to bounce back from.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, but here's the thing to note though. When you've got these bad actors coming into play, they're not just going after big companies. They will go after everybody. They'll go after, Joe Blow on the street. They'll go after, the baker down on the square. They'll go after um, CBS. They'll go after anybody, anyone that they think that they can get something from, or in the case that they just want to watch the world burn, anybody they think they can cause a problem for.
How often does it happen that somebody has been compromised in their system and they don't have any idea? There's no clue that anything's going on.
I don't know how frequently, but it's way too frequently. I don't have the numbers on that one, but it is entirely possible because there are files, there are programs that can sit dormant for a while and just slowly and silently just kind of do their thing until all of a sudden nothing works.
Yeah, waiting on Y2K and then everything will trip over. Yeah.
I remember Y2K. I was a
Oh, I do
senior in
too.
high school, and at midnight we're just like, okay, what's going to happen? And then nothing did.
Oh, we had a plan in place. I was working at a radio station. We had a plan in place
Well,
that,
that's
what are
good.
we going to do? And a team ready to go straight to the transmitter and broadcast old school right from the transmitter. And it was all in place, and then nothing happened. But but still, it as you said though, this talks about preparation, and this
Mhm.
talks about this being Cybersecurity Awareness Month. That doesn't mean we were wrong to put a
Oh
plan in place.
no,
Just
actually,
because nothing happened, that doesn't mean we were wrong to put together an insurance policy.
no, you were absolutely right in putting that plan together because you never know what's going to happen. Actually, ideally, a business would already have a plan in place. You should have a an incident response plan. Um, which basically just covers, hey, if you lose your data, here's what you do, here's the people you contact, here's how you get reset back up. Um, Even for, losing power. Okay, so if you've got an office without power, what, you're just going to have everybody sit there and twiddle their thumbs all day? Um, so a good incident response plan can cover a plethora of potential problems and outages for whatever reason and give you your response plan and how to take action if those would happen.
What if a company has no clue where to start? I mean, what is the where? Because you can't start a trip, you can't go on an entire trip without having a starting point. So,
Mhm.
how do you get to that starting point?
Well, most people would probably take to the internet and they would Google it, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because the government itself has some really great uh, PDFs put together. They have some great documentation, some great resources on what you can do. And if you get the right resource on the web, you can actually find templates to create an incident response plan. If you're a business, talk to your trusted advisor, your trusted IT advisor, somebody like us. If you have a managed technology partner that you work with, they really should already have that in place for you. And if they don't, you need to ask them why. If that's part of the plan that you're on, you should already have a copy of that. If it's not part of the agreement that you have with them, then talk to them about how to get it going.
All of this very, very good advice, and keeping in mind that you may never need it, but
Hopefully, you'll never need it.
we all carry insurance policies that we hope we never
Mhm.
need. You know, because I have car insurance, that doesn't mean I'm not looking for an accident.
Yeah.
You know,
I hope not.
no, I'm not.
And you're totally right. A lot of IT, the proactive work we do is a productivity thing, yes, but it's also an insurance policy to keep the worst from happening, to keep your computer from becoming a brick and causing downtime and headaches and probably a lot of anger along the way. But it's an insurance policy, and it's a very wise investment.
I get a kick out of any time that I hear a tech person use that term, turning into a brick. It's pretty much across the industry. And it's very, very descriptive. That
Very true. I
yeah,
mean, it's a giant paperweight.
yeah. Just I'd heard that in working for a radio network, and they said, "Well, what happens if this happens?" I said, "Well, the system's a brick."
Mhm.
And then it's all over with. Oh well, we don't want that to happen.
No.
If if somebody thinks that, you know what, we don't have anybody in place like this, maybe we should have a conversation with Jessa. How do they get a hold of you? What's the steps they go through to do that?
You can email me. It's jessa.erickson at thinkspaceit.com. You can call the office at 844-576-2555. Head on over to our website. We do have some resources there, and we have some forms that people, if they're looking for certain information, can just put in their contact information and get a hold of us. Come see me at CBBC on Thursday mornings.
That'd be fun.
Uh, yeah.
That would be boy, you brought up a great point right there. That would be the whole two birds with one stone kind of thing, which, you know, if you think about it, it's kind of a dark saying, but
It is.
if you get a chance to come visit the group,
Mhm.
and we love it when new businesses come in. And hey,
Absolutely.
you know, just tell us a little, because that's what we're about. We're about networking. So, and how else are we going to meet new people if it's just us every week?
Well,
And
yeah. I mean, come visit our family. That's what we're here for. We're here to build each other up. And while we love the people in the group, there's room for more.
and sometimes we want, like I said, we want to see a new face, because, you know, I get tired of looking across the table at the same people every week.
Oh, that's going to hurt Dave's feelings.
That's true. Dave's always on the opposite side of me, isn't he? We're talking about a friend of the show, Dave Lawrence. He and his wife Cassie have been on several times, and we love them dearly. Which, by the way, we should mention. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. That Cassie Lawrence was named Advocate of the Year from the NAMI Southwest Iowa at the gala on Saturday. It was such a wonderful event, and Cassie getting that, I don't. You know, everybody that was nominated, of course, does wonderful work, but you know, Cassie's just what she has done and continues to do. That was the right choice, and we're thrilled that she's a part of things.
Absolutely. She is truly one of those that her personality is so infectious, her smile. Um, and when you go through something like that, it could absolutely destroy you, but she doesn't let it. She turns it into the most powerful tool possible, so that no other parent should hopefully ever have to go through what she went through. And I wish I could have been there. I really do. But I was not at all surprised when I heard that she won. And it is very, very well deserved.
I think one time I saw her in a bad mood, but she was still smiling.
Yeah, she does. I don't know if she does it.
That's, yeah, I'm gonna just start using her as a therapist. Before we wrap up, Jessa, how far is your radius, service radius? I mean, how far out will you go in order to be able to work with a company?
Honestly, it depends. I mean, if we're going to personally go on site, typically about 2 hours maybe. But here's the really cool thing. So because I'm part of a peer group, I have a very large network of friends who do the exact same thing I do. And we are all very like-minded, customer first, creating that partnership, that relationship, and really just trying to take care of our customers, our partners. And so, even if somebody's hearing this and they're in Arkansas, I have a friend down there that I can help connect you to. Out in LA, let's see, over in North Carolina, in Chicago, Northeastern US, pretty much anywhere. Even if it's not me personally, I can talk to them and they can be an extension, or if they just want to work with them, that's fine too. But yeah, for us personally, about a 2 hour radius usually, but it depends.
Well, there you go. Jessa.Erickson at ThinkSpaceIT.com. There's the website, or the email address. The website, just ThinkSpaceIT.com. Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Just some reminders about the importance of protecting your online system, which is pretty much everyone. I don't know of anybody that is not. Their entire lives are out there now. I know mine is. I make the joke about it, and I've said it to you that if it doesn't go into my online calendar, it doesn't exist. Yeah, I have gotten that dependent on reminders because I got too much other stuff swirling around up here.
Yeah, back in the day, and I feel weird saying that because, I didn't really think I was old enough to say that, but when the power would go out at home, it didn't really phase us too much. It didn't really bother us because we'd play board games anyway. Now when the power goes out at home, my kids freak out because they don't have anything to do because their lives are on their phones or their switches or what have you. So it's really, to see the difference between my upbringing and theirs in terms of online presence is insane.
Yeah, you're right. The thinking back to when I was growing up, the only thing that happened, especially if the power goes out in the wintertime, is how fast is this coming back before the house gets too cold?
Or the food.
Or and that don't open the refrigerator. All of that. and that was the extent of it. And that was serious to us. That was where our bar was set. But now, yeah, you're right. It's with everything that we do in our entire world out there. Yeah, it's crazy. Everything comes to a crashing halt.
It does.
All right, Jessa, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for the great reminders, and go Hawkeyes.
A really great conversation until you had to say that. Really?
Oh, I'm rooting for them. We've had it's been a couple of games that haven't gone the Cyclones' way, but I'm out there rooting for them, and hopefully, Penn State just doesn't look Matt Campbell's way. So I'd like to see him stay in the state. He's a good coach.
He has turned down other offers, so I am hoping that what he has said in the past about Ames being his home, I am hoping that is still true. He is a wonderful coach. He's a wonderful human being. Ames adores him. Yep. And not just Ames, but, all of Cyclone Nation. So, yeah, I don't want to see him go anywhere. And, we started out the season great, a couple losses. Nobody's perfect. A couple losses make you realize, hey, there might be some things that we got to fix now that we see what they are. Let's go take care of them. So,
well, if Penn State's really looking, I hear Brian Ferentz is available. That's just to see if Travis is watching.
We'll see if we get some. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, Jessa. We'll talk with you again soon.
Thank you.
Coming up very soon, Bryce Taylor from GLI Insurance Group and I will be headed out to do another restaurant highlight. And Bryce is compiling all of the information to find out where we're headed next because he put a poll on the Council Bluffs Food Lovers page. Bryce is the founder of that page. Last time I looked, about 13,500 followers on there. Yeah, it's kind of popular. So we got a lot of votes about where to head to next, and we'll be making that announcement very soon. I'm looking forward to getting a great lunch, no matter which one was the winner this month. And also, don't forget that GLI Insurance Group is a locally and family-owned independent insurance group. It's been helping people find the best possible plan for them for over a decade. decade. So stop in Bryce's office just up the road from Council Bluffs in Crescent, Iowa. And since 1870, Avela Bank has been providing Iowans with high-quality financial products and services to fit their needs, whether you need a loan, would like to start a new business account, need to save money for a trip, or are you looking to open a personal checking account? Avela's qualified bankers can help you with all of that and more. Visit avela.bank to learn more. Thanks again, Jessa Erickson, for joining us on today's show. We are going to be busy doing more candidate interviews around Council Bluffs as the election gets closer, coming up on November 7th, and we will be filling you in on who is coming up on the show very, very soon. I know we've got mayoral candidates on the docket. We have some city council candidates ready to talk with us again, too. So all of that is coming up in the days and weeks ahead. My name is Todd Studer. I hope you have a great Monday.